right. Hope everyone had a great summer. We're all here.
Thank you. We did. I did.
All right, we'll move this along. Everyone got the minutes from the June meeting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Any questions on them?
Oh, no.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Approve.
And a second?
Second.
All right, so moved. No further discussions, and now we'll do the director's report.
Excellent. So, I really have to, I think when I do this, I have to do it the month that it's happening, because then I'm like, ooh, what did we do in June? So anyhow, in June, let's see, we had Nancy Franks come in. She did a presentation on shipwrecks on the Cape Cod Islands, on Cape Cod and the islands. And I think I've said this before, but Nancy Franks, I don't even know how we came upon her, but she's a previous teacher somewhere, but she does a great presentation. Like, everybody absolutely loves her presentation every time. So we will keep having Nancy here all the time because, again, she's just very, I think, engaging. Her personality is great. Like, it's just, she comes up with different topics all the time, but not all presenters are the same. We had a Father's Day lunch we did subs, chips, potato salad, and root beer floats. And we had our biggest turnout this year for the dads, because usually the dads aren't as involved as the moms with this, like, when it's an event. Like, Mother's Day is always full. Father's Day, I feel like, we had a few the first year, a few more.
I think we canceled it one year because there was one person.
So this was our biggest yet. I say biggest, but we probably had about 15 or so. Like, which was
we were happy with it.
Yeah. So we were very happy. They had a good time. We did some trivia, I think, that day too. I can't remember what I talked to them about. Did I ask them about how they met their significant others along the way? I forget what I was asking them, but something. It was interesting to hear the answers. We also had an International Picnic Day. So Old Colony provides us once a month a special lunch. So that was our special lunch in June. It was actually like a picnic box lunch, but it was, again, we tied it into the beginning of the summer, and it was just International Picnic Day, and those all fill up. So I don't know if everyone's always expecting it to be a really big shebang, but it fills up, and it's a great time, and the food's always really good. Therapy Garden we have 2 presentations a month with them. Again, another good presenter. They always have different things. This time in June, we had a Mediterranean diet lunch. So basically, they went over the benefits and how to follow it both, at home and when you're ordering out. And they actually gave out like a box of, I think it was hummus and different stuff like that's Mediterranean. So that was a great little lunch. They also did a presentation on great moments in math. I don't know if that one was that well attended or not.
More people than I thought.
Yeah. They had, it was a Dr. Ron Rubin, and he's a Harvard PhD and a former MIT lecturer, and shared ideas and stories and his passions of some of the greatest mathematicians in history. So again, may not appeal to everyone, but there are people out there that do love math, do love numbers, and they had a great time. July, we hosted our 3rd annual Mocktails and Tattoos. That is always I'm always surprised how much people enjoy that. Always well attended. Everybody starts, the newbies I feel like are funny because they'll start with one, but everybody else is like tattooing up. So then we're like, we're all tattooed by the time we're done. We put tattoos on, they put tattoos on, and then we do, the fake mocktails. I tell them all the time, what you bring in your cups is not my business, but I'm giving you just this. So what they get from us does not have any alcohol in it, but they're usually fun. Melissa comes up, of course, she's the creative one when it comes to that stuff, comes up with fun, different things, tasty. Yes, different fun, tasty drinks, and she makes them cute and pretty and stuff. So anyhow, we had that, and it was always, again, a good time. In July, Nancy Franks again was back, and she did a summer pool party. And it was just a fun presentation on everything like summer. They talked about swimming pools and bathing suits and beach balls and everything else from their time growing up. So that was a great one. We had, again, our Old Colony special lunch was the Carnival special, which included hot dogs, hamburgers, tater tots. They had bean salad. I don't know that bean salad goes over well, but they had it.
And everybody got a clown nose.
Oh, yes, we gave out clown noses. I forgot about that. We ordered clown noses.
Those are on my list.
I still have my clown nose. Did I put it on again for something else? I can't remember.
Save for Rudolph.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. I probably had one in the Rudolph one. I didn't even think of that. So, well, what was funny too is that was like a last minute add on. So the clown noses came in a package that were like vacuum sealed. So when you took them out, they weren't really round.
Well, performed.
But if you put them in water and gave them a squeeze, they came back and they puffed up. We also had Martin Gitlin come back. So I don't know what we had him for before, but he came back and he did a
Red Sox.
Red Sox one
Presentation
the
for
first time. He did this time a funny program about funny programs. So it was about the greatest sitcoms of all time. So they had funny snippets and things from sitcoms. They had trivia and discussions on how sitcoms evolved from when they were younger to where they are now. But again, it was good, interactive, involved, crowd. I like those ones the best when they get everybody kind of involved instead of it's just being like blah, blah, blah. We were able to we booked a group called Shades of Grey that we, fingers crossed, hope we could do outside. If not, we were going to do it inside, which is always tough, being that we're such a small area. And when they come, depending on how much amplification they have, it can be tough in such a small area. But the weather cooperated beautifully, so we were able to have it out at the gazebo. So anybody who wanted to come, because originally we were limiting it in the beginning, but then at the end we could open it up to everybody. So anybody that wanted to go out there, and everybody seemed to enjoy. They did a good job. They had good music. They did the 50s, 60s, 70s, and again, everybody could just stay outside. It worked out really well because I think there was shading too that worked out. Like
There was a breeze too.
Yeah. It was just a really nice time. Weather could not have cooperated better, thankfully, because usually that doesn't happen for us. Usually it's the opposite. I'm like, uh-oh. Therapy gardens, we had again with the dangers of processed food. So they had a discussion on how these convenient but potentially harmful options can affect your health. They learned about the differences between minimally processed foods versus heavily processed foods. And they also did a presentation on indoor gardening, which that was like the different types of indoor gardens you can use and what light sources, nutrients and stuff to be able to do an indoor garden. So anyhow, those are two great presentations as well. August, again, we had the special lunch. That one was a circus lunch, so I don't know. We had a circus and a carnival.
Maybe we did circus. We did the circus noses with the circus lunch.
We did what?
We did the clown noses with the circus lunch.
Oh, not the carnival lunch. Somewhere we had clown noses. That one, they had a sausage and pepper onion sub with coleslaw and potato salad, and they had the most delicious orange cake, which sounds not good. It was so good. I don't even know. Like it was
The cake was flavored orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like
good.
It lightly orange, not like bright orange, but it was like a
almost like a zest. Like there was like orange zest. In it. Like,
and then it was like
it was really
like
good.
a cinnamony. Was it like a spicy
Kinda, yeah.
like a spice cake? I don't know. All of us were like kind of like orange cake, and then we ate it. We're like, holy cow, that's delicious. So who knew orange cake was so good? But it was. What else did we have? We had a new presenter. It was an author, Daniel Gagnon. He wrote the Salem. He wrote A Salem Witch: The Trial, Execution, and Exoneration of Rebecca Nurse. So Rebecca Nurse was a 71-year-old woman that was executed for witchcraft in 1692. So that drew a lot of people. A lot of people like the witchcrafts. We've done UFO stuff, and that brings a lot of people in. So that was one that was well attended as well. And he was a younger gentleman, but I don't know if he's starting off in this or he's just trying to get his book out there. But he did good.
Yeah, everyone said they liked him.
Yeah. Therapy Gardens, again, they did a Get Better Sleep presentation because many adults have trouble sleeping. So they learned how to improve their sleep by making slight adjustments to their routines, practicing specific mental tips to help you fall asleep better. And they also talked about foods you should and should not eat before bedtime, which I myself, as a getting older person, realize things that you love to eat sometimes don't sit well when you eat it before bed. And they also did a chopstick lunch, which they learned about why chopsticks are healthy. And I think the long and the short of it is because you eat slower because you can't get food. You want to eat it, but you can't get it quick enough. So then you get full, I assume, because you're struggling to get it in your mouth. So we should all eat with chopsticks. We had a group of seniors go to the Marshfield Fair on Senior Day. They had an excellent day weather-wise. And again, Marshfield Fair, everyone just has fun over there. And as everything I put in, but on top of our regular, like, extra things we do, we have our regular all the time. We have our craft classes, we have one going on today, we have movies, we have one going on today, we have our art group, our knitting group, all those things that go on regular, the cribbage is going on regular, we have a chair yoga class that goes on regular, so these things, other things I say, are kind of intermixed with all the everything that's going on a regular basis. Building and property, our facility manager, Todd DeCudo, has a new program that allows us to submit our maintenance issues online to him. So hopefully this allows everything to be addressed and not fall through the cracks. Because before, sometimes I would remind, I would say, whatever. This now puts it into a system and it logs it and it, shows if it's done, not done, so forth. So far, it seems to be working well. Like, we're easily able to see that we put things in and it's actually been addressed.
Yep.
So,
And it's nice too, like, so you don't have to.
keep calling.
Yeah, or like
reaching
even
out, or-
remember, like,
Yeah.
I've got to tell him that. So you
Yeah.
can just, it's happening. I'm just gonna pop it in, and then
Yep.
everyone knows where it is.
Yep. So it seems to be
Fabulous.
Seems to be doing well. Bus maintenance, we did have our big bus have to go in because the rear bumper on the left side was kind of coming off. And the right wheel needed replacing, and it also had to have the AC fixed. It does have mileage. It is older, but anyhow, everything got fixed, so we're running well. The big challenge with that is always, the drivers report to us when there's an issue, and obviously we have things scheduled well in advance. So when that happens, then there's always the juggle of, can we get it over there? What trips are going? How many people are on this trip versus this? Can we use that bus? This. It's a lot of juggling. Anyhow, but it's all good. Regular trips that they went on, they went to Walmart in Plymouth, they went to Castle Island, they went to Ollie's and Savers in Plymouth, Twin River Casino, Target, Dollar Tree, Ocean State Job Lot, Cape Cod Canal Cruises. They did Market Basket in Hanover, Walmart in Raynham, Marshall's Dollar Tree and Mug Restaurant, which is
Marshfield.
They did Good Deeds, Have to Have It, Kohl's Skechers in Hanover. They went to the Cape Cod Mall. Market Basket in West Bridgewater with a stop at Good Days Restaurant. They did Burlington Coat Factory, Five Below, Roach Brothers in West Bridgewater. Target, Dollar Tree, Ocean State, and Stevie G's in Abington. Walmart and Bertucci's in Plymouth. Another Market Basket in Trader Joe's in Hanover. Best Buy, Nordstrom Rack, Hobby Lobby, and Chateau in Braintree. Another Castle Island with Sullivan's. And the last one I have on here, we had to go to Bin Star and the New Balance outlet in Avon. And Bin Star, I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but that's like at Amazon and whoever else, I don't know, when people return things, sometimes they don't even open them, or the maybe they're open, but they don't do anything and they return them. Well, apparently these companies don't really do anything with these things. So I'm assuming it's a person or a company who's come up with the idea that they take and purchase all that from those companies, and now they have the store, and I'm assuming there's multiple stores, but they put them into bins, and the bin is labeled $15, $25, whatever. It's just in the bin. You have to sort through. God knows what's going to be in the bin, but it's like a set price is what I understand, and you just kind of look through.
They said it was a little bit. If you're going to go there, you got to go with adventure in your mind. They said it was a little bit crazy, a little bit hectic when you're in there, just because everything's kind of like you said. You have to go to
digging.
yes,
through.
yeah. So, but
Like
they said
everyone around the same bin.
yeah.
I know.
So if you go in with an adventurous
Open-minded.
mindset, like I don't, who knows what today's going to bring, then you'll probably be fine. Yes, yeah, exactly. Yes, yeah.
So anyhow, those are all the regular trips on the regular Wednesdays and Thursdays are our trips out of town. So those were all the adventures there. And I think that's got everything kind of summing up what was going on for the last couple months.
All right, sounds good. Nice summer. Can I have a motion to approve the director's report?
Motion.
In a second.
Second.
So moved. The financial report, we all got the,
You got June, July, and August because we last met in June. So
anyone have any questions?
No.
All right, can I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
In a second. Second. All right, it's been motion's approved. And do we have any committee reports?
well, so I didn't write it. I just noticed I didn't write it here. But under self-help, the fuel assistance is going to be starting back up. John, who does it for us, is going to start taking appointments October 1st. From what we're hearing, people haven't. Last year it was like August when people started getting their recertification letters. So far, from what I'm hearing, it doesn't sound like anybody's gotten them yet. So hopefully they should be getting them sooner than later. But in the past, we used to only do new people would come in to sit with John. Now we actually allow appointments for anybody, like even if they get the recert, because a lot of times it's overwhelming. It's a big piece of paper, a lot of stuff. They don't have to do it all, but again, it looks like you do, so you get like, oh. So anyhow, John will sit with them and go through and make sure that the recerts get done correctly and sent to him. So those, again, they should be getting them anytime because, again, as of October 1st, he's going to be doing the appointments. So anyhow, but besides that, I don't think I have anything else but that. And our next meeting would be October 9th.
Is everyone good with that?
Yeah.
All right, anything else? All right, can I have a motion to approve? To end the meeting?
Adjourned. Adjourned.
I'll do a motion to adjourn.
All right. All right, hi again.
Good morning.
All right, we got everyone here. Can we have an approval for first, everyone saw the minutes from last month? I have a motion to approve them. And I'll second them. So they're approved. And now we'll go on to the director's report.
All right. So last month was February. We had Chinese New Year on February 10th. So in honor of the Year of the Dragon, we had a special lunch. We were able to have the Chinese food from Old Colony Elder Services, which is that our second one? They have special luncheons that we can get, and then there's no additional charge for it. So they had a sweet and sour chicken, fried rice, and Chinese vegetables, and it was actually really, really good. And I know that sounds awful to say, but sometimes you don't know. You know what I mean? Like their meals being prepared and that. It was really and fortune cookies. Fortune cookies for all. But it was really delicious. It's great. So that's the second time we did a couple of them now. So every time they're really good. And there's no extra charge, so that's fabulous. And Melissa tends to plan it for a special event. We also had Valentine's Day, so we did a gathering for that with hot chocolate and goodies. That one actually I really loved. I sat out with the people that talked about how people met people, like their significant others and that. And one of the ladies here, it was the cutest story. Were you here? She's originally from Panama, and her husband was in the military, and she was supposed to be at church with her friend. She didn't go to church. They went to the beach on the way home. No, they were just young. And on the way home, they had a thumb because I forget why. The friend said, "Let's just." He stopped to pick him up. It was the cutest story.
She had a bikini on.
Yeah, her bikini on. And then she says afterwards, when he dropped her off, he wanted to see if he could see her again. She goes, "I don't know if I'll be alive." She was doing everything she wasn't supposed to do. So yeah, that was a cute, fun one. So we just, like I said, did some goodies and hot chocolate and sat and talked fun love stories. We had a presenter new this past month, Nancy Franks is her name. She does Frankly Speaking. She gave an educational presentation on Massachusetts' connection to the Titanic. Again, I don't always get to sit in on these, but everybody said it was fabulous. They loved it. They showed how Cape Cod, I guess, played a role in both the Titanic's rescue and recovery. So Nancy went on to explain all this. I don't know, everybody came out and was like totally fascinated, enjoyed it immensely. So we have her.
And she came
Just
back.
did another one?
Yeah, she was here last week. Everybody loved it, and I've already booked 2 more with her.
Perfect.
Next month. Yeah, she was
I was on vacation, so I
tons of
missed
different
it.
topics, and she's a super good presenter.
Yeah, which is great because not everybody, some are great and some are okay. So we'll do her again. We also had a presentation on diabetic desserts. Very, very good. It's not very exciting, but for people that have to watch the sugars. So they learned how to create desserts using natural sweeteners, whole grains, nutrient-rich ingredients. They got recipes that had sugar-free chocolate cake and almond flour cookies, things like that. So that was a good educational way to try to have your sweets without repping your sugars. Then we always continue to have a regular, I don't think I usually always mention this, but we always have a regular activities that go on every week. We have chair yoga, we have mini group, we have art group, we have Weeble, and we have Sue, the hairdresser. We have the podiatrist monthly, we have book club, our buses transport people around town on Mondays and Tuesdays, they go shopping, grocery shopping every Tuesday. Wednesdays and Thursdays are always trips out of town, we have daily lunches, they can either sit down if it's Monday, Wednesday or Friday and have a meal, or we do the grab and goes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which they can grab and go, but a lot of times they will stay and eat their meal here. Then we have other people that only do Tuesdays and Thursdays and come to get the meals and bring them home. And we always have our daily coffee, pastries, and all that good stuff going on. So I just wanted to mention that for anyone who may be listening. There's a lot of things going on besides just the trips. On building and property maintenance, we are going to have a new cleaning service starting July 1st. Yeah. Unfortunately, we all know how it goes with budgets and money and all that. I did agree that we will contribute to the funding to pay for it from the formula grant for the first year, potentially some from the second year, but by the third year that it will be fully funded on the town and not coming out of our formula grant money that we get for the state. It's not what I wanted, but per my conversation with the town administrator, I did agree to that because otherwise I don't know what we're going to get, probably nothing. So I figured if we could at least work with everybody, it gets us started, and then, like I said, we can pull it back, and the town's going
Are the
to.
other departments doing the same thing?
Other departments already have the cleaning, is the difference.
So it's a whole new company, it's not.
Well, it's not a different company than some departments. Some departments, there's different companies doing different buildings. But the problem is that at some point it got removed from the budget. The money has gone elsewhere.
Okay.
There's no set money for this, and as every year comes along, there's never extra money.
Right.
If anything, everybody's saying, where can you cut? What can you cut? So on and so forth. And I'm like, I don't even ask for anything. I'm like, I'm just asking for the basics. So again, this will allow us to at least get our service going, and then each year roll back what's coming from us, and then it will strictly be the town.
Okay.
So it's not ideal, but it'll at least get us going in the right direction to get what we need done. So, so that's what's going on with that. The buses, thankfully, no issues this past month. Everything went good with that. That's always good. It's like I said, it's like renting a house and having your own cars. It's always good when the cars are working. Nobody needs to go to the shop.
Yeah.
It's all good. Trips, they went to the South Shore Plaza in Braintree. They went to Market Basket in Hanover, Wareham Crossing, Target, and Ocean State, Dollar Tree, Frugal Fannies, Ollie's, and Savers down in Plymouth. Have you ever been to Ollie's?
No.
That's a fun one. They like it's kind of it's not
It's like a building 19 kind of.
yeah. I don't know. I've been there once.
I went to the one in Brockton.
Yeah, I've been to the one in Plymouth once, but it was fun. Like I said, everything's kind of a discount, and it's just open shelving. You know what I mean? Like nothing fancy, but. And things that you might not think you need, and you probably don't need. You look at it, you're like, oh, that's cool. I don't really need it. Exactly. They went to the Denham Mall, and they went to Walmart in Plymouth. I think that's everything I got for that.
All right. I have a motion to approve the director's report.
I approve.
And a second?
Second.
All right, motion's approved. And the financial report, we all got that.
Yeah.
Anyone have any questions? Are we all good?
Yeah.
All right, can I have a motion to approve it?
Motion.
In a second?
Second.
We're all done. Do we have any committee meetings?
So this past month, Nicole Long, who is in charge over at Old Colony Elder Services, came out for a meeting. Jill and I sat down with her, but one of the things that Old Colony is working on is improving their customer service. So Old Colony does a lot of, if you've been in the hospital and you come home and maybe now you need help with shopping or some housekeeping or meal preparation and things like that. And they have what's called INR's intake and referral is the department. But like everywhere, they've been short-staffed. COVID did a number on their employees and everything else. So they've really been working on their customer service. And, I'm glad to see they came out asking for our input as far as what goes on. Jill Bailey is the one that deals with them the most. But, they really are trying to improve that and get better response times and so forth because they were just like everywhere. I feel like there's not enough people, overwhelmed with people calling. People are waiting. You need to get people out to them to help them. So it was a good meeting, and I feel like they're, like I said, trying to make an effort to improve things, so that's really good. Under self-help, we still have fuel assistance available. Again, if anyone's out there listening, there's no age restriction. Not a lot of new applicants. Like, John Mosk is here available, ready to help anybody that needs help, but we haven't been getting a lot of new applicants, so. But we are thankfully moving into March, and it's been warm compared. I mean, this whole, I just saw the news this morning, it's gonna be like 50 all the way through like next week. So that's fabulous. And that's all I got on that. The next thing I have is the date of next week will be Wednesday, April 10th at 9 a.m.
Yes. Any
Yes.
questions? Ready? Motion to approve? Second?
Second.
All right, the meeting's adjourned.